Hey guys, welcome back to more political chatter. Today we'll be talking about the state of Missouri and how the Republicans' redistricting effort, their gerrymander effort in Missouri, is absolutely backfiring because of one single small mistake they made in when they were redistricting, when they were redrawing their maps. One single precinct is bringing about a opponents of it to sue the state to sue this bill that advanced in the Missouri State Senate as unconstitutional, and it is really helping their case. So what is this mistake? Here it is right here. There is one single precinct in Kansas City, of course. So here's the context here. Right on the left is the current Missouri congressional map. Right, Kansas City District 5 had their own rep in Congress, as well as St. Louis on the other side of the state. So of course, this was a safe Democratic district in District 5. So what did they do when you look at the new proposed map on the right side? They cut Kansas City into three separate districts, all of which lean Republican. So they included some of it in District 5, they included some of it in District 6, and they included some of it in District 4, all three of which are already safe Republican seats. So by spreading Kansas City out between these different seats, between these different districts, of course, you don't have a Democratic rep for Kansas City. So that's sort of the context of the situation. But when they went to redraw the maps, this was so rushed, right? This is a whole redistricting war. Texas acted first, California retaliated. Now Trump wants other Republican states to follow suit, to react to California. He wants Missouri to redistrict. He wants Indiana to redistrict. Who else? They want Tennessee now to redistrict their Nashville rep. So this was a very rushed project, and this is clearly evident in the map that they drew. Because when you look at Kansas City, you could see that in the blue is District 4, the yellow is District 5, and look at Kansas City Precinct 811, as small as you could get. In one map, or in one district, I should say, they proposed one single map where they give a district and then they list every single precinct in that district. Well, under one list of precincts in District 4, they listed Kansas City Precinct 811. And then under Congressional District 5, they also listed that same precinct under that district. Now, this map is the one on the right is already unconstitutional because you've got a district that isn't contiguous, right? That's separated. You can't have that. It has to be a contiguous district. It all has to be touching. But the bigger problem is the fact that they assigned a precinct to two congressional districts. That would mean they would be voting for two U.S. representatives. That is hugely unconstitutional. So, of course, when opponents of the map, when Democrats, when left-leaning individuals, brought this up to a court, now they have some firmer ground to stand on, and this map may just, very well get struck down in the courts. Maybe not even because of this one single district, right? You could change that somehow. They would have to do a whole revote on the bill in the Senate, which passed the other day. But that is possible, just take more time now in this redistricting war. But what it does is it shows that this map was made that it was made for political purposes, because it shows that this map was so poorly drawn, so hastily drawn, right? So quickly drawn, and they didn't put any, time or effort obviously into making it a fair map. They did it for political reasons. They did it to get an edge in this redistricting war. If they did this, obviously it's common sense. Everyone knows they did this for political purposes. But let's just say they argued, yeah, we're just doing a mid-cycle redistricting just to make the map more fair, just cuz. If they argue that, then this this massively works against their case. Because if that was their purpose, then they would have ensured a nicely drawn fair map, very, articulate map where lots of time and thought was put in to creating these districts. Clearly, time and thought was not put into creating these districts because you had a precinct assigned to two different districts. So this was the redistricting war as it stood before the whole Missouri incident where we found this precinct. This was before you had Texas Act first, where they are districting out 5 Democrats. You had California retaliate, them district out 5 Republicans, and then you got word that Indiana was going to district out Frank Mervan in the first district. Then you got word that Westmore was planning on redistricting mid-cycle in Maryland, ousting Andy Harris there in that rural Maryland district, or some, relatively rural compared to the rest of Maryland. And then you had Missouri jump in and say they are ousting their Kansas City rep, Emmanuel Cleaver, there in Kansas City. So as of now, put Republicans at an edge in the redistricting war because they're redistricting out 7 Democratic reps. Democrats are redistricting out 6 Republican reps. But now it looks like that is canceled. The gerrymander is over in Missouri. We don't know what's going to happen, but it certainly is not going to be this obviously unconstitutional map, because you can't have a precinct Kansas City 811 be voting for 2 different U.S. representatives. So Missouri, as of now, is that's gone. We have our current Missouri map, and as of now, as of the time I'm speaking, that is the map. You can't have this map. It is entirely unconstitutional. So, um, so what will happen now? Well, the point is, I brought this map up because now you had an even playing field. Texas started this whole thing. Trump ordered this whole thing to start with Texas, and so far it is an entirely useless process for Republicans. This whole war that they started, this whole redistricting war, has proved to be completely useless at this point in time. Now, and now it's going to get even more brutal because now without Missouri, now Republicans are going to say, oh, well, we have to get some, edge out of this whole thing. So they will probably go after, what's his name? I forget. He's got a kind of a funny name, I know. In Kentucky's, first district, I want to say, in Frankfort or Lexington. They're in Kentucky, or Louisville, that's what it is. Um, so many random cities in Kentucky. So you've got Republicans trying to get out the Democrat in Kentucky. Now, if they do that, oh, they're also trying to get rid of God, I can't remember. I can picture their faces, but never their names. The Democrat in Tennessee. I mean, if they do that, then Democrats, of course, are going to retaliate. And I would look to Virginia. This isn't getting much attention, but in Virginia, they have, this would have to be after 2025 because Abigail Spanberger, the governor, is on track, or the U.S. rep is on track to be elected Virginia's governor. So if she is, then Democrats have a path to, districting out. Obviously, they could district out all Republicans in Virginia. But let's just be kind and say they retaliate with drawing out Jen Kiggins, and then one more, this coastal seat. Boom, that's 2. It's even again. This could go on and on and on. So it is absolutely crucial when you have such a careless mistake like this. This whole precinct, this one precinct could be the difference between Democrat and Republican control in the U.S. House in 2026. I mean, honestly, if it comes out to be a dead even race, 218 to 218 in the House, or sorry, it would be 217 to 217 in the House, then, and that Emmanuel Cleaver seat in Missouri's 5th district, that would be huge. If this map stays, if the current Missouri map stays, because this gerrymander is struck down in the courts because of this one precinct, And this Missouri's 5th district, Emmanuel Cleaver, hangs on because it's the same old map. Republicans would really be kicking themselves. I mean, they would be wishing they hadn't started the whole redistricting war at all. But that's a very hypothetical situation. We're very unlikely to have a situation where it does end up 217 to 217 in the House. That would be a severe underperformance of expectations for Democrats. They should absolutely hope they could do better than that. So, quite an interesting situation happening in these redistricting wars. And I mean, it's just funny, such an American thing to happen here. You don't often see stuff uh quite like this. Where was my tab? I don't sorry, I was trying to find my tab. But yeah, that's where things stand right now. And yeah, I will keep you all updated. So thank you all for watching this video. If you all enjoyed it, make sure to subscribe down below. That helps out a lot. Drop a like, that helps the video in the algorithm. Drop a comment, let me hear your thoughts on this, and I will see you all later.